Monty, you're silenced. We cannot hear you.
Man, what the hell going on? Folks, we turned this mic off. Did it. Fuck.
What a botch.
No, but bro, it's worse than you think. So apparently the chat was saying we can see you when the bumper was still playing. So I don't know what was going on. Like the chat was like, we can see you. I was looking at the screen and the bumper was still playing. I could see Anna at the bottom of the stream yard dying laughing, but Marcus was just chilling. Obviously, Sam, you can't see him anyway. But obviously, we're live. We've been live and longer than I thought we was live. But we're here now. And WrestlePurists Worldwide, you know. Back after we had like a little week off last week. We did like a house show. We did a space on Twitter, you know. And
guys, my message I just wrote, Monty.
We've got the private chat. Anna panics under pressure, you know. But yeah, I didn't know what was going on. Like I said, that for me, the intro was still playing, so I was like, "What's the chat talking about? We can see." I was like, "What do you mean? I can't even see me." But
they say using the basement smoking crack, boy. Is that true?
That could have been crazy, you know.
Crazy things.
Y'all see why this?
That could have been crazy, bro. That could have been crazy. But yeah, God bless the chat. We'll edit it out after, you know. But we always do. But yeah, like I said, we're back again. Weekend recap. It was a busy weekend as well. Obviously, AEW Grand Slam Australia, NXT Vengeance Day, and a few other things as well. So yeah, please like, subscribe, send any super chats, any questions, any takes, anything like that. We'll get into them. Any topics, we'll get into them. And yeah, hope everyone's doing good. Anna, you compose yourself now. You calm down. Yes. It's all good. How you feeling?
I'm good. I'm good. You know, I think you guys can see that I'm wearing multiple layers because if you watch Girls and Grabs, which you should, if you're not doing it, I don't know what you're doing with your life. But you know, my heater lore and my heater is now working again. So my room is currently, according to my phone, 0 degrees. So I have multiple layers of clothes on. And I'll get through it, you know? It is what it is. I actually watched all the shows this weekend, so, you know, locked in.
That's what I mean, putting in work, you know? In the trenches. Just
chilling in the igloo.
Freezing, wrapped up, about 5 layers on it. It's crazy over there, you know?
It is
you know, you got some good news earlier. Some John Cena. John Cena's coming to Belgium, Anna.
Hell yeah. After spending 227 euros in a ticket, I was like, okay, if that man isn't coming, like, I swear to God, I did not spend that money to watch like fucking Miss segment. You know, I don't even know who's on Raw. I want to see Io. If Io's not there, we're gonna have a problem. Triple H, I will be in the same building as you. You better be aware. But like, I got the good news. At least John Cena. You know, at least something we already have confirmed. So excited for that one. I want to see Roman as well. I have a whole list.
A whole list.
Whole list.
I think they'll send a big team over to Belgium. You know.
Great country of Belgium.
Yeah, man. Oh, come on.
King Leopold exists. I'll never call Belgium great.
Listen, I ain't been there. So
this is,
no comment. No comment.
He's not wrong.
What's going on?
It's not great.
Yo, what is going on? Marcus, what's going on with you? How was your weekend? What's good?
I'm feeling pretty good, you know. AEW is good again, finally. I'm not depressed on the Dynamite reviews anymore. Grand Slam was a great show. The tag match was great. I had a real good weekend, you know, and I'm ready to, you know, talk about it. You know what I mean? I'm stretching my feet out on the worldwide couch.
I'm in the big leagues, you know. Speaking of the big leagues, Redacted Jr. Sandman says he's here.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Listen, bro, this is like, you know what Sandman says is it's like Ibu redacted before the fame, you know, before he was ruined, you know, the fame, the women, the money, the drugs, the alcohol.
What?
You know,
bro, you just like Michael Vick, bro. What is happening? Damn.
Before he blew up, you know, that's what I'm saying, bro. So someone says it's when Ibu was still underground. I remember Ibu when he had 800 followers. You know, I remember those days, bro. You know, chill. Like I said, before the fame, bro. The better version.
Listen, man, I don't know who this Igbo individual is, but I am Sandman. I am here. I had a great weekend wrestling wise. NXT, the smorgasbord of wrestling that it is. I think delivered with Vengeance Day. Grand Slam was solid. The tag match in particular, Kenny Omega always doing his thing. And we had the debut, everybody, of Bubba Ray's LFG. Rejoice. Why are you making that face, Marcus?
You lost me at Bubba Ray. You lost me.
I almost came in here with a Bubba Ray profile picture, but I thought some people
that's aggressive, bro.
That's a bridge too far. That's like several bridges too far.
I thought people would revolt, so I didn't do it. But yeah, wrestling was cool this weekend. I'm trying to forget that Friday, whatever Blue show happens on Fridays happened. Trying to pretend that didn't happen, and let's hope that whatever happens on Raw and whatever happens the rest of this week is good. I'm missing New Japan a bit because they're gone for a while after a New Beginning. But yeah, listen, wrestling is cool. It's cool.
Don't worry. We tapped in for Fantastic Mania. Don't you worry. We're gonna be there.
We will be there.
Yeah, SmackDown's rough, man. This 3 hour business. Speaking of SmackDown, Road Dogg. Road Dogg reportedly has been promoted to co-head writer of SmackDown. So I knew the 3 hour struggle was real, bro, because I've not been enjoying this 3 hour era of SmackDown anyway. But it's like things are making more sense now, especially when the report came out like the day after we got like a 27-minute Miz segment on SmackDown. Yeah, man, SmackDown's struggling, bro. And
do you think that report? Because I do believe that he's involved. Because it would make sense for whatever the fuck I've been watching the last few weeks. But does it not just feel like a bit of PR?
Job.
That's what it is.
It's a fall. Like he's a bit of a fall guy. Like let's be honest.
Put hit out on him, bro.
It's exactly like that one Raw with Triple H. Like,
it's mafia style.
And then he said, "Nah. Bruce Pritchard did that. I wasn't there." It's exactly like.
Okay, I have a question. Because I saw like everyone freaking out because Road Dogg got head writer and stuff. Which segments and storylines do we know that he was a part of, that he was guilty for? Like, what is the crash out about?
You can't trust Road Dogg in 2024.
The thing is going from 2016 SmackDown, which was the start of the new brand split, SmackDown Live era, Styles, Ambrose, Cena, all them guys that people enjoyed in the latter half of 2016. Going from that to 2017 SmackDown, that was just like an outright abomination. What many people know as the whoever that is, the gender era of SmackDown. But a part of it, obviously he doesn't fucking choose. He's not the one who chose Jinder Mahal as the fucking champion. That was like WWE trying to expand into India. But still, SmackDown was just really, really fucking bad at the time. So when people see Road Dogg's name attached to anything now, it's like, oh fuck. But it could be PR. It probably is. But it's not good. It's just not good.
Kim writing at SmackDown's not good. 3 hour wrestling shows in general are never good because you get into these periods of like, okay, first hour cool. Okay, what's gonna happen in the last little hour at the end of the show? And then it's like, oh shit, we gotta fill out this 2.5 hour block of content. Okay, fuck it, Miz. You know how to cut a promo live. Like, you're not good at it, but you know how to do the job. So just go out there and do a little something. Why not? Throw on like a 10-minute match of someone we don't really want to watch. Karrion Kross, cool. You got some minutes. Like it never really works well. And one more thing about Road Dogg, and if you didn't notice, this man used to go back and forth with fans on Twitter all the time, talking about, well, wins and losses really don't matter, guys. Like, just let it play out. We'll see what happens. Like, that's all you need to know.
Listen, speaking of Twitter, AJ Styles.
Oh, I did see that.
Yes.
AJ Styles, he had to defend his dog, bro. I don't know what was going on. So someone obviously did the so anyone who doesn't know, Someone did a tweet and he was just, like, Road Dogg has been named new co-lead writer for SmackDown. We are cooked. And AJ Styles quote tweeted this and was like, before judging this guy from his past performance as the head writer, just know there was a man who picked it apart to the point that it was no longer his ideas anymore. Thinking emoji. Hey, man.
Okay,
That's
bro.
what to think about,
Hey, man. they Georgia boys. You know how the Georgia folk be doing, especially when they get behind the wheels of a car.
And it's
If
like
you know about the ball, go further.
I don't want to dismiss AJ's perspective, being that he's a wrestler, he's been around that in WWE, around Road Dogg, but at the same time, it just I can't help but like it's a bit of just like I've seen what Road Dogg produced SmackDowns look like in the past, so it's like I hear you, AJ, I respect you, but I'm gonna like I'm sorry, bro, I'm gonna be wary. I'm good, bro. Like I'm good.
It is
Back
what
to
it is.
AJ, bro.
Exactly. I love you, bro, but where's Ryan Ward at? Can we bring him back to SmackDown, please?
Yeah.
Put the fire out. You know?
But
I don't know if there's anybody who can serve us 3 hours SmackDown, bro.
3 hours is way too much.
It's a lot, bro.
The first SmackDown. Who's even on SmackDown that is like worth seeing for that long?
They got a few big names over there, but it's just
you got Jacob,
for 3
which
hours?
is great, but
you got Cody.
Big Cody.
Yeah, that doesn't help your case, man. That's just...
Wait, yeah, but you're talking about in the general sense, If you're talking about you specifically,
Tamatanga?
yeah, they got Jacob.
Solo.
I think Marcus already said they got Jacob.
Oh yeah.
3 hours of Jacob down
See,
there.
the thing is, they have no mid-card men's division. It's so bad. It's so dire. Like, they have.
But the thing is,
people who don't do anything with them.
Got Andy.
I mean,
Christ.
I've just been begging for Andrade for like months now just to do anything, and it feels like after the fucking 7-match series he had with Carmella, it's just like just nothing. It's just like
I mean,
just doing catering.
Yeah, he got divorced from Charlotte, so it's kind of hard now. He announced a kid.
You think he's lost some political points, Anna?
Yeah. He announced a kid. I want to know what happened there. I'm so sorry. I know this is not the kind of podcast, but I saw that tweet and I was so confused. I was trying to do the math there,
Trying to do math.
Who amongst has never hit a child?
He didn't tweet his age, did he? He just tweeted a picture of him and his son, and people were like,
"You can see how old the child is,"
Yeah, that ain't no infant, bro. That's a whole like damn elementary schooler down there.
But yeah, man, shout out Andrade and his family, and Charlotte Flair doing her thing.
She must have been a good stepmom for all we know. We don't know.
Listen, man. Shout out to everybody involved, man. Shout out.
Oh man, Road Dogg, bro. He's right in our precious SmackDown, bro. I don't know what.
Andrade done is crazy.
It's true.
Come on, man.
But, now he's doing backstage stuff with the Miz, so like, yeah, rejoice.
Going back and forth, getting sassy with the Miz, bro. What's going on?
Doing his thing.
If they really want that kind of like fucking smarmy heel character that the Miz is on the main roster, I'm just like, why don't you just call up Ethan Page? Like, if you really want somebody in that mold on your main roster, like, why do I like? How old is the Miz at this point? Not that age nowadays matters in wrestling, but it's just I've been watching this guy for like 2 decades do the same thing, and it gets less and less effective as time goes on.
He is 44,
and you think Ethan Page is the answer?
Listen, no matter what anybody's
and
opinion
just being accused to be spiteful, bro.
No matter what your opinion of Ethan Page, if in that mold of that WWE wants of that kind of character, if you want to do that stuff with the Miz, why not just call up Ethan Page? Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, man, I was with you. Everyone was with you, bro. But I just wanted to get spiteful little shot in.
See, my thing is, you're gonna trade in some screamo promos and shit like that when you get Ethan. It is what it is. At least the matches will be better. I don't know about how much, but they will be better.
He had a good
They will be
match.
matches.
Bro, that match with Javon on the weekend was very good. But bro, listen.
A lot of ankle locks.
People have roles to play, no matter who the opponent is, no matter how good the opponent is, and
I don't know. I feel like I still have like deep beef with Ethan Page. It's not his fault. It's because the American top team That shit. Oh, I hated that so much. You guys remember that?
The men of the year.
What is the name? Yeah,
You don't
what
fuck
was
with
the
the men
name
of
of
the year.
the?
Man of the year, yeah.
What,
From
the
Scorpio.
name of the old dude? Dan
Oh, Dan
Lambert. or
Lambert.
Dan
something?
Lambert.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I hated that group so much, and like to this day, I have deep like feelings that every time that I had to watch them, it just like accumulated and grew inside of me. And now every time that I have to watch one of them, I just feel like I cannot get over it.
Hey,
Like
man.
I'm so sorry to that man, but like
You watch them.
Paige Van Zandt. Like, oh
hey,
my god.
respect Paige for that. She know how to hustle. She brought the check out Tony.
Bare knuckle, bro. Watch your mouth when it comes to Paige Van Zandt.
Amen. Grant Hudson in the chat is correct. Ego got an endorsement from the final boss. How many people could say that, man?
Julia.
How many people can put that on their resume, bro?
Big Dwayne pulled up backstage. NXT said,
Hey, bro.
See you on the main roster.
Hey, bro. He's right, bro.
Big pop.
Hey, man. Big Dwayne gives you the cosign, gives you some of his precious TV time, bro. You know, it doesn't matter how drunk he was.
Remember years ago? Does anybody remember years ago when like Dwayne was on Instagram just like tweeting about Ricochet all the time?
Hey, he was
on Instagram tweeting.
It might have been like once, but it might have been like once, but in my mind he just did it every week.
Yeah, it feels like he did it 200 times. You know.
What was he saying about Ricochet?
He was just putting him over. Like this was way before he was in WWE.
Damn.
But yeah.
It's the Bald Alliance, you know? Bald Solidarity.
Yeah.
Hey, finger on the pulse.
Hey, man. Real shit. Anyway, let's just get these quick few super chats out of the way. But yes, keep them coming on, people. Anjan PN $2. Appreciate it as always. SmackDown is must see TV once again. # power is back. Come on,
Talk
bro.
to him. Talk to him.
This is not what we do. This is not what we do here, bro. This is not what we do.
Actually,
Road Dogg, fam. Like, come on.
We do condone this.
The thing is, as well, bro, the show was bad anyway, but it's just knowing.
It was already like a 4 out of 10. So we pouring some gasoline and cut that in half to a 2. You see what's happening? You see what's going on?
I wonder how long he's been promoted. That's what I want to know.
It's probably been for a while.
Are the shows gonna get worse? You know, like is this the trajectory we're on?
I would hope not. We're on the road to WrestleMania, so I would hope shit gets more exciting. But
yeah, lock in, people.
Bro, that shit's already a mess as
That
it
would be
is,
nice.
Listen, for real, I said it on Twitter as well, bro. But I swear to God, I've got friends, acquaintances, people I know that I'd give a creative pen to before Road Dogg, bro. I don't care if he's done it before. I don't care if he's been in the business for 40 years. I don't care, bro. I don't give a shit. Like, and I'm not saying, just pick like this guy who tweets match graphics or fantasy books on Twitter. Like, I've got like people who I genuinely give a pen to before him, bro.
Give me the pen.
Not Anna, but
yeah, we are good.
Give me the pen.
We are good.
I'm gonna fix that show.
Man,
I'm doing the
Anna
Kenny Omega
SmackDown.
special. 80% of the people out.
Anna's SmackDown would be.
Cody,
I don't
you
even
only
know what
get
that shit would look
backstage
like.
segments. I'm giving the women treatment to the men. You know what I mean? Cody's going backstage, being interviewed by like Kathy Kelly for 2 minutes.
Cody getting rolled up in 3-minute matches and shit, you know? Like,
oh yeah.
Distraction finishes.
You gotta trust me. EO's winning all the titles, you know, like I'm gonna make sure this shit happen. I'm doing some trades, I'm getting my hands dirty.
Who you trading for EO?
Anyone. If I have the pen for SmackDown, if I can give her titles, I do not care who is on the other show.
Listen, you're gonna have, if you've got the pen for SmackDown, you're gonna have to deal with Charlotte Flair. You know,
that's
Anna
her problem.
Charlotte Flair in the creative.
I'm the one with the pen, baby.
Anyway,
we're figuring it out. She can take Cody's title. I'm fine with that.
Oh, come on, man. Anyway, appreciate you as always.
Let's do the record the right way.
And champion again, $2. Rest in peace, AEW. It was a fun ride. # the ring incident. Why is this guy just trolling, bro? Like, he just.
Bro, Like people really tried to. This how you know AEW's on a good run because they talk about something that doesn't matter in the biggest, grandest schemes and make it a discourse for like 2 days straight. Like shut the fuck up.
Can somebody explain? Somebody explain what the ring stuff is about.
I missed all this. Like I noticed it. I noticed that the ring was a little bit smaller and a bit bouncier and stuff. You know, like it looked a bit different, but it wasn't like, oh my god, this amateur promotion, this indie backyard bullshit. You know, but I kind of missed all the discourse. I just kind of saw people complaining that there was discourse about it. You know, so I'm happy I missed the discourse about it.
Those are the dumbest people.
Who even noticed that? Who even notices that? You know, I was watching the whole show. I did not see a single thing wrong with the ring. Like, who's the person?
There's nothing wrong with the ring. It was just a little bit smaller. I did notice it, but it wasn't like bad. You know.
Who was watching it and was like,
get this off. I can't watch these.
Ruined the whole show for me.
Like Ospreay, like doing this crazy shit. Kane doing this crazy shit. Fletcher to catch this bouncing off the ring. Like it looked like a damn like a bouncy pad. It was cool. I liked it. It was different. I like unique in wrestling. Thank you.
So it's a ring discourse over Valentine's weekend. This is what I'm saying, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah. If people were actually had Valentine's, this is not gonna be happening. You know what I mean? Like people need to have sex more. That's the thing.
Why is that? That solves everything then. You know?
Honestly, like, because if you're you don't have time to be on Twitter while you're having sex. You know what I mean? Like, we need to get those people out of Twitter somehow.
You don't
want to know.
Anyway, so yeah,
tweeting
about
the
discourse
ring pulling into someone. Oh god.
Yeah, I had no issues with the ring, bro. But yeah, it was a little bit smaller. It was a little bit bouncy. It sounded a little bit different. The steps were different, you know. But
yeah, I like now because like I'm also used to the like Raw ring. You know, every time that I watch like WWE TV, that they have all the sponsors and everything in the ring. Now seeing like a naked ring, it looks nice. You know, it looks clean. There's nothing distracting me. Like
it's pure.
It's just it's pure. I
the
like
way the sport's meant to be. Mm-hmm. There you go. The King Ellie show. What's up, guys? Tired of the disrespect, my goat. Julia is getting.
Yeah, people were talking about like, oh, Julia, like she had the worst performance, this and that. I went to watch a match and she did good. Like, I do not see anything wrong. There was a couple of moves that were a bit like not perfect, but I think like a move is two people, you know. So in all the moves that went a bit wrong was with Bayley, because I think Bayley's like maybe a bit off. So like you have to know how to hold and how to do the base as well. So it's not like just her messing up 100%, you know. But I think she did well. She had a very good performance in my opinion. I don't understand. People are just very harsh on Julia. And so for no reason, I don't know. Maybe because she left Stardom and went with Rossi. Like I don't know what the hatred's like. What does that come from? But yeah.
I don't even think it's like Stardom fans or anything like that who are criticizing Julia. It just seems like people who how do I say this? It seems like I don't want any smoke, so I'm being very careful. But those people, they see that their favorites are being pushed out by some of these wrestlers. You know, your Julias, your Vodkares, who are now both champions. And they don't know how to react, so they just lash out and just say, "I don't like these people. They're from the Indies or whatever." But it's not. Quote unquote. But it's not like any person that you really need to like care about who's saying these things. It's just like people who are. It's just young people mad and lashing out on the internet, which is the IWC.
I saw the tweet being like, oh, so many women were pushed out because of Stephanie and Julia because they wanted to give titles to Stephanie and Julia. Yes, because they are Stephanie and Julia. Like, let's be so fucking for real here. You're gonna give all the titles in that top spot for like an athlete who has been wrestling in the PC for a year. No, it's Stephanie and Julia. Let's be so fucking for real. Like, know who you're talking about. You know what I mean? Like, see their careers. Go watch Julia versus Shuri. Go watch like anything that Stephanie did, basically. And you're gonna understand like why they are getting those top spots. They earned it. It's not just because they weren't in the PC. They didn't run track in college and then got hired by Shawn Michaels. Like,
Like, good to very good wrestlers,
Like you think? No, I'm sorry. Lola Vice deserves more the top spot than Julia and Stephanie. Let's be so real here. Like,
it's kind of like I'm somewhere like
Respect Lola.
Yeah,
bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's kind of I think it's not as black and white as just like some people have made it out to be, you know, because obviously, to what Anna said, talents to the caliber of Julia and especially Stephanie Vaquer coming in, they obviously should be coming in and being pushed right at the top straight away if they are going to go through NXT developmental, which I think was probably a good idea for both of them. But the thing is kind of like, how does Sean as a booker balance it with the people who were already on like strong trajectories up the NXT card, such as like your Sol Rukas, your Kalani Jordans, your Jada Parkers, your Lola Voices? And to be honest, a lot of people don't think he's done a very good job with it, and I don't think he has either. Then obviously there's the people who are like way too extreme with it, who think that Stephanie and Julia shouldn't be getting these top spots. Like, of course they should. Jordan Grace is coming in; she should get one of them as well. So the top spots are taken, but it's just more. I think Sean could be doing a better job with the kind of shuffling around and making sure that these women that were making really strong trajectories up the card can still make good progress, even when the top spots are taken. And like I said, I don't think Sean has done very good at that. The Kalani stuff is starting to come together. She's kind of like slowly turning heel or whatever it is they're doing with her. I guess Lola's going to be one of Stephanie's challengers. I doubt she beats her though, you know? So it's like, and I don't think she should beat her, but it's just kind of like, they've kind of all been kind of like floating around, you know, not doing as much, especially like Sol Ruka. Like now she's doing this tag stuff with Zarya, but like, you know, it's like I said, I just don't think Sean's balanced it very well. So I do think there is something to the conversation, but I still agree that obviously Julia, Stephanie, Jordan, they should be coming in and going straight to the top, because Jordan don't even need to be going NXT. She could go main roster and being like a top feud, you know. Like if someone said to me Jordan's coming in and beating Bailey at Mania, I don't think many people would have any sort of problem or hot takes about it, to be honest. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's but obviously Julia. It's Julia and Stephanie, like Anna said, bro. You know, it's like, what do you expect? You want them to come in and scrap it out with like Tatum Paxley or someone? Nothing against her. She's a decent wrestler, you know, but it's just like, it's not. Like, come on, let's be for real.
There's other people in that main event that you could complain about being in the main event before Julia.
Like when Jada Parker has this match that is half as good as Julia versus Tamina Khan, like we can talk about it, you know. But like there's some time to get there. Like if we can ever get there, like we'll see. But you know,
Julia was fine.
They'll all get where they need to get. You know, like all those women in NXT, I think they'll all still get to where they need to get to. You know, but obviously it will just take a little bit longer. And I guess, like I said, Sean just needs to kind of balance it properly, you know, and get like the most out of this. Because he's got a stacked women's roster, bro. It's a good problem to have, you know. But we'll see. Ryan $6.99. Ethan Page has been a great first serious feud for Javon. Match was perfectly constructed. Yeah, I'd agree. I'm actually
it was cool.
Yeah, man, looking forward to kind of getting into that. Like you said, perfectly constructed. It was very well done. He kind of ticked every box it needed to.
Did he really break his jaw though?
No.
Nah.
Okay.
Nah, he just fucking around with it. He didn't break his jaw.
Okay. Yeah.
Big Hundo, $2. Appreciate it. I hope Chris or Willow beats Tony for the title.
Flip a coin. One of them, please. Take that belt off Tony. I love her to death. 4 women's championship runs is kind of wild, even though some of them have different circumstances to them. Especially when you're a company that's only 5 years old and she's only been around since 2022. But as long as they get it right with who takes it off of her, I'm fine with it. Or hell, if you even want to go crazy and elevate somebody like Megan Bain after she beats someone or has a couple of feuds, fine. But Willow, Chris, those are your 2 best women. Those are your 2 top women. They need to hold your top title sooner rather than later. But let's move on with it.
Willow is probably my favorite wrestler in AEW, so I would hope that she wins that belt eventually.
Like
Yeah, I
said,
hope
Cena,
I hope all of them win it. They're definitely all more than good enough, and seems to be in their future. You know, well, it better be. um,
yes.
My thing with the women's world title in AEW is like Mercedes Moné's nearly been in this promotion for a year. You know, and I know a lot of us have kind of got you know, we've kind of got stars in a rise with the All in Texas do the match with Athena. You know, belt versus belt, or whatever it is. You know, or something like that. And her being the longest reigning or whatever. It's just like, when are we gonna put the world title on Mercedes, bro? It's like, well, what are we like? Like you do, I get it. Like she comes in and you're in the middle of like Tony's like on fire, you know, timeless Tony Storm. You got this. She comes in the middle of like AEW have this like long term plan for Mariah and Tony, and it's like, okay. But like now, what we're waiting for? Do you know what I mean? It's like, let's just get the world title on it and let's let her be what, you know. She's starting to really like. I think her TBS title run as well, especially, is like really starting to catch on, and she's starting to like really kind of flourish into what we all wanted her to be in AEW. You know. So fuck it, let's put the world title on her now and let her just like skyrocket the entire division, because it's hard for her. It's harder for her to do it as a TBS title, where she's gonna have to if she's gonna hold it longer, she's gonna have to do more kind of feuds like the Harley Cameron one, where it's like she's kind of like elevating people to kind of like be players on the roster and stuff like that, because it's a TBS title, and every now and again you can sprinkle in like a Chris Statlander title defense and have like the big epic, you know. But it's like, you know, she's world champion. You can fucking throw anyone at her, you know. So like, let's.
Yeah, and like I'd much rather like the top
women,
you know, in the world title picture and like the secondary title picture have maybe one top woman and then someone who's like on the rise, and you kind of learn how to be a champion there. Like what they're doing is okay, but we're at the point where Mercedes is really starting to get into a really good groove, and she's doing a really good job with the belt. So it's like, move her on up, please.
I'm tired of waiting now, bro. I've been tired, you know, because that's
hello?
always what I've seen. Like, the whole idea of that time when Mercedes wasn't at AEW and she was like a free agent and shit. It's like, if AEW can land Mercedes, she's gonna elevate this women's division because she's fucking godly, and like, it's just like position her to do that, bro. You know, that's just what I want. Position her to like elevate this division to like the main event of pay-per-views and stuff like that, because that's what we all thought it was possible if Mercedes going to AEW, you know. So that's kind of more thing, like position her to be who we want her to be.
I don't know if it's a concern for them that it seems like Mercedes hasn't like connected with a part of the AEW audience. You know, when she walks in, there's not really like, I was at Wembley, it was quiet, you know. So it is a bit.
Well, I mean, there was
of course, it's Britt Baker, but still, it's like Mercedes walking in. Even if the match is shit, and you see a wrestler that it is popular with your fans walking in, people are gonna cheer. But it was quite like, I felt like I was the only one cheering, me and a couple other people. But it was, you know. So I don't know if it's a concern for them. For me, of course, they should like, yeah, fuck it, it's Mercedes. Let's, like you said, Monty, strap her up, let her elevate the division. But I do wonder if they're just trying to get like the connection going with the AEW fans, to make sure that, you know, that would be like a safe thing to do. I don't know if that makes sense, you know? And in the sense of like who's gonna beat Mercedes or who's gonna beat Tony. I mean, we're all expecting Jamie to come back, no, full drop.
Don't get me started on Jamie. Not on a Monday evening. I don't.
What has she done since she came back that has been important? Like, it's like she's not even there. Her being gone and her now is the same thing in my head. Like, I don't even realize she's there except for the ugly clothes she wears, you know? It's like...
Oh, come on.
Respect the Scooby-Doo joints.
But yeah,
they need to get their shit together with Jamie.
Yeah, the Jamie one's another big one. So it's very much like the Mercedes thing. It's like, as a fan that wants to see AEW do well, the women's division especially do well, it's like you have these visions for like how these women should be utilised and positioned when they come back into the fold or when they're brought into the fold. It's like I just said with Mercedes, she comes in, you're thinking, oh my God, one of the best signings Tony's ever made. Let's fucking go with this women's division. This is what this division needs. This is what we need to do, you know? And obviously she comes in, and kind of to Anna's point, it's like I think it's very fair to like kind of talk about like the reactions that she gets, especially these days, and even going back to Wembley. But when you think about the reaction she was getting when she first came in, I think kind of the way that she's been positioned and like winning the TBS title and stuff like that is kind of, that's affected how the fans do react to her. You know, it's like if she was positioned as the world champion, be all end all, you know, like we thought she might have been positioned when she first came in, and maybe the fans would react to her differently. But we've seen her a lot, and we've seen her usage, and there's been moments in AEW, to say, to put it politely, where they haven't quite played to her strengths in the segments that they've put her in and stuff like that. And obviously, there's been moments where they have. And like I said, that's why I mentioned that, you know, the past couple months and stuff, like the Statlander defense and this Harley stuff and stuff like that. Like, she's got into like a really good groove, you know. And it's like, okay, let's go, let's go, you know. But yeah, it's AEW kind of like Jamie, Mercedes, any of them. It's like Willow. How many people at the start of 2024 was like, oh, Willow and Stat are going to win the world title, and here we are at the start of 2025 saying it again. You know, it's
Yeah, well, that shit wasn't gonna happen. With the world title scene, that shit is basically, I'm just gonna say, that shit's basically been held hostage for the whole year. It kind of just is what it is.
yeah, it definitely has. It definitely has.
No. I love Tony, but I said the same thing months ago, like before All In, even when we were talking about the whole story with Tony and Mariah, and I said like, okay, we know Mariah's gonna win the title, but I hope that they just don't like hold her around as a champion just to have Tony get the title back. You know, like I hope they have other plans, and I hope they can develop someone else to win this title. And as the time went on, it became more obvious that it would be Tony to win again. So it's like they're just playing hot potato with the title, you know, and it feels like so stupid because now she did a roll up with Mariah, so the story is not done because they're gonna have a trilogy and another rematch and this and that. And like, let's move on. I just want us to be done with this, and I hate when a champion gets a title and you already know in your head, oh, they're losing to the same person like in a few months. And we knew that was gonna happen, so that was the part that I think also with Mariah's reign, no one gave a fuck. Say, you know, I don't think it was 100% her fault. Yeah, the way that she was booked was not great, and then I don't know if it was too much pressure. She didn't deliver as much as the people thought she would. But I think overall, it's just because people knew in their heads, yeah, she's losing to Tony against, like, why even care who's gonna challenge her? And so the whole thing is.
You've got to be more.
There were no risks.
Be more flexible, haven't you? You've got to be like kind of, like Anna said. It's like everyone's thinking, okay, like, what's Mariah going to be doing in the time after Tony when she wins the belt at Wembley? And it's like, okay, it's like they fixated on this idea of like Tony's going to win belt back in Australia, you know? But it's like, I'd say like very quickly into Mariah's reign, it felt like February. You know, it's like we were
just waiting.
It's like you should have. Obviously, if Tony wasn't injured or anything, to the best of my knowledge, so it's like it's not like you had to wait for her to come back and stuff. She was off doing whatever, you know, taking a break, and obviously well deserved or whatever. But it's like you could have probably moved this forward, and I get like obviously you're sacrificing kind of like Tony doing it in Australia, and like I said, that's kind of like obviously what the bookers fixated on. You know, Australia, Tony Storm, win the world title, you know. But it's like this could have been the third match or something, you know, by now. Then it's actually done. But I don't know. Like, I do agree that, you know, this has held the division kind of a little bit hostage the past, you know, 6 months.
It felt like a filler title reign. It didn't even feel like a real title reign, you know. So it was just like waiting around.
It was lengthy as hell too, because you went in August and
6 months.
That was what, 6 months? That's a pretty lengthy title reign for anybody.
That's half a fucking year, and it didn't even feel like it happened at all. Like, dude, tell me one memorable match from this title reign.
Bro, she could have dropped it. She could have dropped it and won it back against like Willow or somebody. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're gonna book, because it was so obvious, you know, like, they're gonna do the rematch in Australia. It's like, spice up the reign a little bit, like Mark was just saying. Like, what, she held it for like 6 months, bro, and the whole time was just basically like counting down to this past weekend. You know, and it's like that's not a good way for your reign to be kind of like built on and remembered, unfortunately, because I think Mariah's a pretty decent wrestler. So
they fumbled really hard on her reign. Like, and I remember we had a discussion on the show after Wembley. and we were talking about it, like, yeah, we hope that it's not just this situation, that they actually know what they're going to do with her, because they built up a lot of expectations, like with the story and the way that it went, so people are like, okay, she finally won the title after this whole like amazing story, what are they going to do about it? And then they did nothing, so it is to the detriment of the story.
What happens when your entire title reign is based on a movie and then the source material runs out? RJ said,
I mean, they could have booked her
your hands
with
up,
good
like,
feuds. She's a good wrestler, but I don't know. The whole thing was a bit of a mess. And look, I love Tony. I love her gimmick. I think she's like such a smart performer, such a smart wrestler. I like, she's really, really good. The segment of her, revealing that she was still Timeless Tony Storm, playing herself, was amazing, of course. But it's like, she doesn't need a title for that. You know what I mean? Like you said, 4-time champion in 4 years in a division that should have that much talent. But Chris and Willow even like touch the main title. That's insane. Insane.
Nuts. That's a little nuts.
Yeah, man. 4-time Tony. But yeah, man. Hoping Chris or Willow beats Tony for the title. Yeah, man. I wouldn't be against it, but I just kind of, I don't know what mental gymnastics we'd have to do to make it all make sense and be good content, but I need to see Mercedes at the actual pinnacle at the very top of this division, because it's fucking Mercedes, man. I don't need to explain it, Ryan, $2.79. Super happy to see Inamura get over. Yeah, that was a really fun match, man. Really fun match. Shout out Spurs, $10. Appreciate you as always. WWE has a women's wrestling problem where they have more wrestlers than spots, especially with how little time they get on the main roster. Interested to see if any made in the PC venture elsewhere.
I doubt it. I sincerely doubt that happens.
I mean, Indy Hartwell's probably gonna, she's gonna get some bookings and stuff. She'll get some bookings. She'll get booked.
Look, you said Indy Hartwell on here, brother.
No, but bro, you gotta think, a lot of these people who just get released from the PC and stuff, they're just done. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're just done.
Most of them are just former athletes and shit. Some like,
yeah, exactly. So it's kind of I guess it is a slightly bit more interesting to think like who's like caught the bug. You know what I'm saying? Like, who's actually caught the wrestling bug? Who will actually give it a go? But yeah, WWE, bro, with the 3-hour SmackDowns and these 2-hour 30 Raw, and obviously they can go as long as they want. I think there is spots for the women, but as you've already mentioned in the Super Chat, it's like with the time that they actually get on the main roster to tell their stories and get the real focus that they should be getting, it's like, it kind of makes it a bit tough. But obviously they should just be better at balancing that, like we mentioned earlier, but we don't need 27-minute mid-segments on SmackDown,
Yeah.
If you really have to do it, you can half it and do something with fucking, I don't know, who are the women on SmackDown? It's like Chelsea Green,
Tiffany,
Nia, Bailey. No, Bailey's on Raw. Is Bailey on Raw now? Charlotte. I know, but like I said, there's so many talented women in WWE. So, and obviously the NXT roster, there's a few women.
Yeah, I'm going to cancel 2025, but still, point remains.
Yeah, that's tough sell, I know. But anyway,
yeah. That's no tough. That's no sell whatsoever. The fuck.
And obviously there's the NXT pipeline as well, bro. And there's some women that are literally just like on the verge of call up any minute now. So, So yeah, hopefully they can. Like I say, it's all just balancing your TV time productively, Will Chisholm, $5. Stephanie Vicker is the truth. I'm surprised how fast she's got over with the WWE fans. She came off as a killer. She comes off really cool, I think. Like,
yeah, she's so cool, so cool. Because I mean, she has the like energy, she has the looks, and she has the skills to back it up. Like she's just a full package that even American fans like that are usually very racist with people that don't speak English. She never got like a watch chant or anything. She does like her promos, her little like backstage segments and stuff, and everyone's just cheering. Everyone like really, really likes her. And even at the Royal Rumble, she got like a fairly decent pop. She got a good pop. Like she's just the kind of wrestler that you've never seen anything of her before she even stepped into WWE, but the second she walked in, they're like, oh yeah, that's the girl, Like you immediately know, like,
And
she just has that about her.
Yeah, what she does, it's very simple, but it's effective. Like she just does the whole stoic, cool, badass gimmick, and it just works. She looks cool when she's coming out. She wrestles well, like, and even with her promos, like her English from when she entered NXT to now, like it's improved a lot in like 6 months, 5 6 months. So credit to her.
Yeah, like a lot of people try to do the whole stoic, I'm serious type of thing, but can't pull it off in the ring at all, and don't have the presence to pull it off anywhere else outside of it. Stephanie got it all, bro. Like you just roll the ball out. She give me about 25 pounds, easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's great, bro. And to like the point of her promos, it's like even if it is a second language, she talks with so much conviction and confidence still, and that's a really big part of it, you know. But yeah, she's doing great, and she's going to continue to do great, I'm sure. Rasmus Hoyland, Man United's number 9, $5 super chat. Not too much on the Miz, guys. Nothing wrong with being objectively terrible at your job.
I mean, who amongst us is not bad at their jobs sometimes? I mean, we all go to work. We all kind of dog it every so often. We all just be like, you know what? Let me give about 2 out of 5 efforts. I'm getting the books coming off anyway.
Let me just clock in, clock out. You know,
exactly. Write your little on your time card. Okay, clock in at 8 a.m. Clocking out at 4:30 p.m. I'm gonna give y'all 2 out of 5. Check clear regardless.
Couple of assists.
Rasmus Hoyland would know a lot about being terrible at his job. Terrible striker.
Awful, bro. Worst striker in the league, bro. The more watching, the more believe it. Anyway, okay, let's do AEW Grand Slam. Good show. Tony Schiavone and Nigel on commentary because it's Collision. No Excalibur. He's not allowed. He's not allowed in Australia, bro. You know, I put in a few calls. You know, and he's not allowed, bro. You know, he's not allowed. I know who I need to know. You know,
you got
it's
people
British work. You know?
You got people in Brisbane.
Brisbane, worldwide, bro. Listen, like I said, the streets told me that Excalibur is not allowed in Australia, bro.
The dingoes did not tell you this, brother. The flight just got delayed.
Bro, I'm just passing out. Listen, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop giving scoops.
What scoops?
I'm retiring.
Hang the jersey up.
All right, so no Excalibur. 11,000 in attendance is what I've got wrote down here. I don't know how accurate that is, but there was a lot of people there, you know. So yeah, God bless Brisbane, Australia, you know. All right, let's just go straight into it. First match, Omega and Ospreay versus Takeshita and the Proto Star Kyle Fletcher. And one thing that I've kind of noticed about this match, because I've watched it a couple times now, is I was getting early AEW energy from this match, bro. You know, baby faces, engagement, Kenny Omega just existing, you know, the chants, all of it, bro. So yeah, I had a really good time with this, you know. There was a spot in this that I really like. I want to point out, like, where like Ospreay like tries to protect Kenny and he like uses himself as a shield, and then he uses Kenny to like power up, and that fucking ruled. And obviously the big finish, the one winged angel, hidden blade combo finisher. Good shit, bro. Very good
one
shit.
One hidden angel.
My God, that was beautiful. That made me feel things that I hadn't felt, like that no man ever made me feel before. You know, that shit was crazy.
Shout out to Kenny Omega, keeping wrestling alive, selling that gut.
Bro, from now on, I won't be treating Kenny Omega like selling his gut, like Bryan Danielson doing Caesar spots. Like, I'm just gonna fall for it every single time. I don't care how blatant it is. I'm gonna be like, Kenny, no, please. The one's about to fucking die. Throw it as a senzu bean through the damn TV, all that shit.
Listen, this match was it was good shit, bro. Just a lot of fun. Like I said, the vibes, bro. Just the crowd, the engagement, all of it, all the performances were great.
The crowd was raucous.
Yeah, man, it did exactly what it needed to do to get this show off to a pretty electric start, Marcus. I know you've probably got a few things to say about this.
You know, I'll do a little, you know, prologue before this. So, I had a really nice morning that day. I was feeling really good. I avoided all the spoilers, even though there was one that accidentally caught my eye on my timeline. That I ain't gonna say no names. I ain't gonna earn nobody out.
Say it.
I'm gonna just let him know I forgive you, Anna.
I deleted the tweet after I felt so bad when someone commented, "Thanks for the spoiler." I was like, oh shit.
Just like, no, I like that tweet, by the way. Yeah, thanks for the spoiler, Anna. Give me the finish, Anna.
Sorry. I quoted a tweet.
What did she spoil?
The finish of the match.
Which match? This match?
Yes.
Oh, bro. Anna. I can't defend her, bro. Come on.
Someone tweeted the video. I just quoted, I just tweeted, and then 5 minutes later, someone replied with "Thanks for the spoiler," and I felt so bad. Like I immediately deleted about it, but in my head, it's like everyone saw the video. It's a video like with 1,000 likes. It's not a problem. Like, oh
my nigga, I didn't see the video until you showed the video. God damn it! What's wrong with you?
Bro.
Just for that, you lost a viewer of Girls on Grab just for that. And matter of fact, everybody throw up a Brazilian flag and tomatoes in the chat right now. Brazilian flags and tomatoes right now.
Has the Brazilians suffer enough? Like, come on.
Suffer some more. You be alright. You tough, right? Bundle up. Anyway.
I'm so sorry. Still watch Girls on Grabs, please. Charlie didn't do anything wrong.
No, still a lot of things wrong, actually, but we'll get there. Anyway,
2 more months to Ray Phoenix.
This your fault. Just for that. 60 more days to pull Ray Phoenix. Damn. Anywho, this match was beautiful. It's everything I love in professional wrestling. Thank you. There we go. That's what I like to see. Now back to my statements. It's everything I love to see in professional wrestling. A raucous crowd, international crowd, which I am a big advocate for AEW just going international from here on out. Just every February between Revolution, do a show overseas somewhere. Australia here, France, Germany, wherever. Fuck it. And Kenny Omega looked like a goddamn superhero when he came out. Ospreay setting the tone. His entrance is already crazy. Just in the crowd, pointing out. Everybody's going raucous. Everybody going crazy. Then boom, the big dog arrived. Y'all know what time it is. Big Kenneth. He got the presentation he deserves. He's a superhero. He is the superhero of AEW. Linking up with state-of-the-art Will Ospreay. Go up against the Couch family. And bro, I don't give a fuck about no ring discourse. I'm not going to get into that. But the fact the ring was so damn bouncy just made the whole damn match look even crazier than it was. Because he's just a bunch of big motherfuckers going crazy, hitting all types of power moves. And everybody's just bouncing around like they just died and fell from fucking Earth or somewhere. And the referees like fall on the damn ropes every time someone takes a crazy bump. And then I gotta give a shout out to Kyle Fletcher here right quick too, because some dumbass that has a certain podcast that I will not name said that, ooh, Kyle Fletcher's in his home country. He's gonna get you. No, nigga. The minute he postured to the crowd, guess what Australia did? His own hood, his own people. Booed his ass out the damn building like they do everywhere else in America, brother. That boy is him. That boy got it as a heel. He next up. Shout out Big Promo Star. Say his full motherfucking name. Anyway. The finish that I got spoiled on. The one hidden angel. Thing of beauty. Thanks, Anna.
You're welcome. You got to watch it from a different angle, so
Before I got to watch the whole match, but that's okay. That's cool.
Unprofessional, bro. Unprofessional. We're gonna have to figure out some sort of.
I'm gonna be redacted. I'm being sent to Guantanamo Bay.
Some sort of fine or suspension. Something's gotta go down with that.
Fine the whole check.
I'm sure you liked the match as well,
50
didn't
cents
you?
on the dollar. Yeah. Now instead of being paid 50 cents on the dollar like I already am, I'm gonna start being paid 30 cents on the dollar, Monty. Is that what you're saying? Crazy.
What did you think of the match, Anna?
So I think I finally understand what an orgasm feels like. It was like such a.
What the fuck?
Never again.
She only does this shit, bro, because she knows she can get away with it. You see, imagine if I came out with that shit, bro. Like, Tony and Mariah, like that just made me like, bro. Could you imagine? Like, no, Anna says this shit because she knows she can get away with it. First, it was the Gunther dream. Then last week, I think it was like last week or the week. Last week on the Spaces, she said something crazy, and what was it last week, bro? Someone in the chat might remember. I can't remember, but she said something crazy.
I do not recall
and now this.
Accountability is really escaping you, isn't it?
I was so happy you were not watching Girls on Graps last week, Monty.
I see everything. I've just got your end the month review is coming up. Just
It's performance marks. Hey man.
Hey man. That's what I'm saying,
the
bro.
Hobbs thing. Yeah, I said the Hobbs thing. Okay. Well,
something tells me there's a very a tick inside your brain that activates a certain chip inside of you that just goes, you know what? Let me just get off all my innermost intrusive thoughts, and I don't care who knows me.
On this pure platform, bro.
The purest platform. But I mean, I said what I said, and I do mean it. It was just such a good match. I feel like everyone did their job so perfectly. It was one of those matches that like every single person involved was at 100%, and they just delivered everything they could deliver, and it went just like so well. Every time that Takeshita does something, like for me, he was the highlight of the match, and for you to be a highlight of a match with Ospreay and Kenny Omega, that's insane, But Takeshita, like I'm sure he was created by a god of wrestling because it's insane the things he's able to do, and he's huge. I always forget how huge he is, like that Japanese man. Like I love him so much. Like I don't know. I think, like you said,
that Japanese man. First of all,
that Japanese man. Like I love him. Like I said, Kenny Omega, the Canadian man. I'm saying names.
I
said, is it wrong? Is he not Japanese?
It's wrong, but goddamn, the way you came out, you know what type of climate we in right now.
I don't know. But like, anyway, so do not cancel me, Mark.
Well, you already spoiled me, so I just might have to do it.
It is the pettiness. But like, okay, I bet, like you said, Kyle Fletcher, for me, he did so well, and he's really grown into his role as a heel. And what really comes across to me, like every move that he does, it seems like he doesn't understand the concept of wrestling being fake, and he's just generally trying to, like, he just puts his full body on the line, and he doesn't care if he gets hurt or the other, like that's what comes across. I'm saying that's what he thinks, that, or if the other person gonna get hurt, if he gets hurt, it just shows like he's just putting 100% of himself into it, and I think that makes him so much a more efficient heel. Everything he does like has some sort of impact either on him or someone else. And Kenny and Ospreay, like what the fuck can you say about Kenny and Ospreay? I just love the entire dynamic of Ospreay being geeking over Kenny the whole time. It's like he couldn't believe he was tag teaming. Yeah, it's so just like me for real. Like the backstage segment, he's just like behind Kenny smiling. Like come on. Yeah.
Talk to him, big bro.
The fact that they went from like their like that blood feud, those matches that are so deep, like filled with hatred, to like Ospreay just geeking over Kenny. It's just so beautiful. It's such a nice arc, and it's just the most overpowered tag team in wrestling history. I can't remember like when two better wrestlers tagged with each other like at that level. It's insane. Like I'm so happy that we got that, and it feels like a dream. And as much as they fucked up like Jamie's return or some other people's returns, Kenny, they're getting it perfect so far. So I have like absolutely no complaints about that. It's even better than what I imagined they would do with him originally. So that was great. Right. What a match.
No matter where they go from here with this tag team, or if they even like continue it from here, I enjoyed every single second of it. Like the way they just kind of got their shit together and fought out their differences just within the span of 15 minutes when they first had that segment on Dynamite a few weeks ago was just perfect. And the match, like it went from actually fuck you to no, actually I love you, Kenny. Let me protect you. Come here, big bro. I won't let them hurt you. Beautiful.
It's the big dream team. Sandman, you managed to catch this, didn't you?
Yeah. Wrestling is just simple. It's supposed to be a simple medium sometimes. You just let your best wrestlers just go out there and just be what they are, the best wrestlers in the world. So when you have a Kenny Omega and Ospreay, and you have them going up against Fletcher, Takeshita, like two of the best young wrestlers in the world, it's gonna be great. The crowd was hot. Like just let them be that, and the fans, you just gotta enjoy it because a guy like Kenny Omega, like he was out for so long, you can't really take this stuff for granted. So wrestling, just having a tag team like Omega and Ospreay, don't take it for granted. It's it's cool. Like that's wrestling is supposed to be cool. Having two of the best wrestlers ever, like who have had crazy bouts in the past, team up. That's something that's gonna always be cool, especially in front of 11,000 people who are a great crowd in Australia and Brisbane. So shout out to them. And the finish was dope. That one winged angel with Osprey as well. So listen, and yeah, Takeshita, a lot of credit to him, Fletcher as well, but Takeshita in particular, just the way the impact on his moves, all his like his power, the way he just does a power bomb. It's just like I just love watching Takeshita wrestle. Wherever he wrestles, Takeshita is probably him and Will are probably two of my favorite wrestlers in AEW at the moment. This was really good. This was really good match all around.
I feel like I was watching aliens out there.
It was electric. It was good shit, man. Everyone came out of it looking good.
Electric.
Stockroized, you know. But yeah, after the match, you know, we got like promos and stuff backstage. Kenny Omega called out Takeshita for the international title at Revolution. Ospreay called out Cole Fletcher for a cage match at Revolution. And yeah, man, as they were cutting these promos, you know, Will Ospreay was just geeking for Kenny Omega in the back, bro. He idolizes him, you know, and that's kind of the thing that they're playing on at the moment. So, yeah, I wonder how they do play it at Revolution. You know, like, do you have Kenny Omega just beat Takeshita? I would probably, unless you're having Ospreay beat Moxley or something in, like, you know, before the summer, like, I'd have Cole Fletcher beat Ospreay. And Kenny Takeshita, I don't know, bro. Shit could get weird, bro. It probably won't, but shit could get weird. Like, you could do something like Fletcher beats Ospreay, and then I don't know, Kenny loses to Takeshita because like the Death Riders get involved or some shit. Don Callis has done a deal with the Death Riders. You get Kenny Omega in the total scene, and you do some fucking hot shot, and then you get the whole title on Kenny Omega.
I would be down for it, but brother,
you're not getting that.
We've been going down to Takeshita for a while. We 0-2. We got pinned twice in the span of a week. We getting our lick back. We getting our lick back at LA.
Yeah, I think Will probably will win that cage match, but I'm just saying, I think Cole should, you know, unless Ospreay's winning the world title like in the next few months, you know, which is another thing that I would not be against either, you know.
I will say I am really excited to see how Kyle performs in that cage because it's kind of terrifying just how great he's become as a heel and just how well he is at crowd control. And knowing when to slow down, knowing when to, you know, pull off the throttle a little bit and let the babyface have a great comeback and get the crowd into it that way. Controlling it in an environment of a cage where there's no outside interference. It's just you and Will locked in there. Crowds are going to be on their feet the whole time. I'm really excited to see how he performs in there.
Yeah, man. Two big matches to look forward to for Evolution, even if they are rematches and trilogies and whatnot, you know. They always deliver. So that's that one. All right, second match on the show was Mercedes Moné versus Harley Cameron, and I thought this was a pretty decent match. I didn't think it was great or anything, but Mercedes Moné actually quite impressed me quite a lot in this. She guided this match exactly where it needed to go when it needed to go there. You know, Harley Cameron's offense is still, you know, kind of so-so. Her footwork can kind of be a bit, you know, meh, but it didn't matter, and it doesn't matter because the crowd was absolutely into her. When she hit anything, no matter how great or not great it looked, they were popping for it, you know. They were into what Harley was doing, so it didn't really matter on this night, you know. But yeah, like we had like the Puppet Monet or whatever it's called, you know, that Harley brought that out and Mercedes stomped it out and kicked it into the crowd. And yeah, man, like I said, Mercedes did a good job of just kind of guiding this match where I thought it needed to go when working with someone who's clearly kind of, you know, still a little bit green, rough around the edges. The crowd got behind and it came to a moment where, you know, Harley tries to hit a senton, completely misses it, fails. Mercedes hits the Money Maker, 1, 2, 3, and Mercedes successfully retains, gets good heat. I really hate that finisher, bro. You know, let's get the bank statement back going. just solidify that as a finisher. Just let's just.
It's a weird finisher because you have to know how to sell it. I'm sorry, I'm talking more because I got the roommate call again. Anyway, before I start talking about the match, I just have to say, like, today we had a roommate meeting, right? And this roommate that complains about me doing the podcast, she saw me walking in. First thing she asked, "Are you not gonna move out soon or anything?"
God bless.
Like, oh,
God bless.
sorry. It was so brutal. Like,
I know,
I'm sorry, I have to talk
fucked
about
up.
wrestling until 2 a.m. Yeah, so
The things we
like,
do
but,
for our friends in America, Anna.
yeah,
We could be doing shows at like, I don't know, 2 p.m. in the afternoon or something like that.
we could be chilling, Monty, but
But no, we have to.
for you guys,
Yeah, but the drawback is you spoiling
who's not
matches.
European.
Yeah. Anyway, Mercedes versus
Marcus,
Harley.
you're gonna have to get over it. Okay.
No.
You watched the match.
Yeah, but he didn't go into it with the pop that I would have usually had. But that's okay. That's cool.
You shouldn't have gone on Twitter. How's that my fault?
Well, I was up because I think I had to drop my brother off at my grandma's house, and I perused because
Anyway, we're getting off topic. What did we think of Mercedes and Harley?
Yes, I was gonna talk about the finisher. Is the type of finisher that, like, if you know how to sell well, it's gonna look really nice. Every time that she did it against a Joshi, like Momo or Hazuki and stuff, like, they sold it very well, and it looked like a good finisher. But like I said, Harley's just still a bit green, and she's with a rough around the edges, so you could see that she couldn't she didn't fully know how to take it, so she took like this, with the knees and the hands, and then it loses all the impact because, like, how did it hurt her enough for her to be pinned if she just fell on her knees and her hands, And so I think the match was solid. It's nice.
It was cool. It was nice. It was a triumph of what they've done in this program. Like, they got a fucking puppet over in this whole damn thing, and they played it off really well. Mercedes just stomping it out, Harley bringing it back into play during the comebacks on the outside, and the crowd was going raucous for it. And Harley, yeah, you can say what you want about her not being like the cleanest wrestler in the world, which sure that'll come with time. But gosh, she's just such a force, and she's such a powerhouse of a character, and a powerhouse of a personality. That in a company that values wrestling at such a high level and a high standard, and there was someone like Mercedes when she acquitted herself well. And I am excited about what happens from there. And she did okay. Puppet stuff was cool. Some of the spots there, you could tell Mercedes was really clearly guiding it, and she guided it well. And again, Harley gets a lot of praise for this, which she should. Mercedes' heel work during that entire program was exceptional. Like, she did a really good job of playing off of Harley's personality. She did a really good job of getting the crowd on side, especially during the concert. She did some really subtle things that did a really good job of helping that get over it as well as it did. In the match here, she showed really good generalship. It was one of her better performances to me personally. And she won as she should have, people. Harley Cameron did not have to win that match to get over, and the mission was accomplished by her having a decent showing and losing, getting a standing ovation. Call it a day. Mission accomplished.
Yeah, I didn't need to see Harley win the belt. I was never kind of on board with that take, and
I
it's
don't know
quite a
why.
prevalent take up and down the timeline last week, to be fair. But yeah, I didn't need to see Harley win the belt because it's
I don't
very
know why
much
people
then.
advocated for that.
You know why.
It's just delusion.
You know why.
It's like even Dave, I saw him say that. I'm like, what,
Dave was strong, bro. Dave was like, if Mercedes understands the big picture of this business, she'll go up to Tony Khan and say she wants to put Harley over.
That was nasty. That was such a great setup.
No, it's I was never on board with that. So
Yeah, he has some personal beef with her. Like, let's not get into that. He's not objective when it comes to Mercedes.
Well,
I get like the line of thinking of where it stems from, in the sense of like, this person's hot, you've got a window, like, make the most of it. And it's like throwing about on Harley Cameron and having it would have been a great moment. It would have been a great moment in a career to beat Mercedes, and of course, like, a stock probably would have gone up as the TBS champion. But it's like, then she has to defend that belt and carry that belt. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like,
it doesn't help anyone long.
It doesn't actually. When you are talking big picture, like, the big picture is her having a good show and what she did, Mercedes guiding her to a match that it needed to be, and it not being a failure and stuff. And it's now on Tony or whoever it is booking Harley stuff to make sure that she's positioned in a way where she can continue to get over as she continues to get better to the point where she's in a position to hold and carry a TBS title or something, you know. But we'll see how it plays out for her. Hopefully she does continue to, you know, continue staying over and doing stuff that people are actually interested in, you know.
Yeah, like, the job was accomplished the minute they got you to sincerely think about someone who has one televised win on AEW programming could potentially beat Mercedes one day for the TBS championship. Like, the mission was accomplished already.
Promotionally they sold the match very well, to be honest, to AEW's credit. So yeah, man. Good shit for what it needed to be.
If they run that feud I suggested, hey man, you know.
Anyway, after the match, Mercedes kind of got into it with Momo Watanabe.
Go.
Hey, man,
Revolution, please.
We'll see. Maybe Revolution. Maybe on Dynamite. Maybe we'll see. We'll see where that goes. After this, we got Mox and Claudio versus Edge and Jay White. This wasn't bad. It wasn't particularly great or anything either, I don't think. Edge took some crazy bumps in this and he did a balcony dive. So, respect, you know. What else? We had Wheeler Yuta did a run-in with a belt and he was like whipping Jay White and Jay White no-sold it and Australia came up for it and he just hits him with a Blade Runner and he was just like owned. You know, like Yuta just looking crazy out there. Yeah, they did a lot of like, you know, table spots and shit like that. Mox's back got all ripped up. And then in the finish, Mox just chokes out Edge, bro. Makes him pass out, ref rings the bell. And Australia fucking hated it, bro.
Just like us.
Yeah. You know what's mad, bro? I actually, how do I word this without sounding like I'm for what the fuck they're doing right now? I like this version of Jon Moxley in the sense of like his energy, the style that he wrestles with, the way he carries himself, the vexed tone to everything that he does. But I just kind of like I hate the storyline and the mess that it's became, you know. Like, but the actual like character of Mox, if it was like in a better storyline, booked better, you know. Like I like the actual version of Mox, if that makes any sense at all, you know. I think his motives and the storyline is like I said, it's become a mess. It's all over the place. It's not good. But I don't know. It's a shame. it's a shame.
Like I cannot give a fuck about Death Riders matches, you know. So like they were doing the craziest shit in the ring, and I legit like it didn't move me at all. And that's not to say anything about like Cope or Jay White or whatever, but it's just I cannot connect with it. You know, it just doesn't move me. No matter what they're doing, they're jumping back and they're breaking this, they're breaking that, and I'm just sitting there like,
that's cool. Like whatever.
Yeah, Edge chokes out. Like I said, Australia was a lot of people kind of surprised by it. You know, is Christian Cage walking out of Revolution with the belt markers?
Oh, I genuinely would not be surprised. I really would. Should they do it?
Christian Cage.
No.
Because where's Darby?
Yeah, I don't want to see that.
He's coming Mount Everest, fam. You ready for that?
No, but is he? Because like, when's he starting that, bro? You know what I'm saying?
For a while, and he's supposed to do it like the next couple months or so, I think.
So like, why has he been wrote off TV now? Like this, I just don't understand.
You have to actually train for it, so I mean, that's probably why they wrote him off early, so you can actually like prepare. And then the actual.
I'm still adamantly against this, bro. I'm all for like free will.
He's climbing it in April.
So I'm all for free will and shit, you know. But bro, there's no other sport where one of your top guys could get this shit. Imagine Jalen Hurts being like, "Yo," do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just Luca just turning around to the legs, being like, "Listen, yeah, I've always wanted to do this thing, and you know, I could die." But you know, like I'm gonna miss a whole season. But yo, just cool, you know.
And like right before, like a couple of months before they have like the playoffs or something, you know, because it felt like okay, they're building towards it. He's gonna win the title Revolution, like that's where the story's going. After we have to deal with the shitty ass like Death Riders, it's gonna pay off, and then it's like, oh, actually, he's gonna be too busy climbing Mount Everest. He can be champion. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Second one, I wouldn't put the belt on. Just put the belt on like Osprey or somebody because you can't hold off on that for long. You can't.
Insane, bro. It's like maybe it's kind of like the Tony and Mariah thing that I mentioned earlier, where like the fixated like on a certain date and a way of paying off this storyline, where they're just gonna like stick to it and go against the grain, and you know, we'll see, bro. When Darby comes back in the fight, I just think that situation is a bit weird.
I don't know what happened there because he seemed like locked in. Like, I'm not gonna climb Everest anymore. I'm gonna climb it later because now like I have to stay here and win the title. So I don't understand like what happened along the way that made him go like, you know what, fuck this actually.
So you're not a very good saver of AEW.
Maybe he doesn't climb Everest. Maybe he's just off like selling kayfabe this injury angle with Death Riders, and he comes back at Revolution or some shit. But I don't know, or maybe he's like fucking. He's just training, and he's gonna be climbing Everest, and we don't see him till like fucking Full Gear, you know. But
maybe
I don't know,
never
bro.
Again, like.
Bro.
Come on, man.
If we don't see him till Full Gear, bro, I will never put the belt on ever. I'm just not gonna do it.
Yeah, it's so fuck knows, bro. But like I said, with Edge losing, because everyone was expecting, I don't know, like even Jay White, because it's in Australia. Like I know he's from New Zealand, but obviously he was very over. He was very over, but I don't know. There's a lot of people surprised to see the heels go over here, so we'll see how it all plays out. If Edge wins at Revolution, if Christian Cage cashes in and wins the battle at Revolution, if Mox just simply retains and Darby comes back or some shit, we don't know.
God.
Or like I said, maybe to do that weird fantasy booking shit that I was waffling about earlier with like the Death Riders and Omega, and he's somehow involved in this.
Osprey did say anything. I was trying to get involved in the storyline, but brother, I got to deal with the Cow's family, so when I'm done with that, I got y'all. Hopefully that happens. Give it to him a dynasty. I don't care. Just wrap this shit up. It says so much about how bad this is.
Yeah.
My phone. Go ahead.
No. You can keep going.
I was like, it says so much about how much I don't care about this world title feud. When one, everything else that's about to be on Revolution, or at least it's slated to be there, looks fantastic and it's hot. It's stuff I'm interested in. And then this slop of a damn world title feud. It's like, god damn. Like, I have the perfect side dishes. I have the perfect dessert, and the entree is just a pile of shit. Like, what are we doing? And then the best thing is the damn trios stuff that until like last week they forgot they even had. That's more interesting than the goddamn world title.
Big Adam Cole.
Some weird title reigns going on in that company, bro. You know, like Mariah's reign, like we've just spoke about it at length. The fucking private party.
Where's
reign.
Daniel Garcia?
Daniel Garcia's in fucking.
The fuck is he?
Who knows what's going on with him? Bro, it's all over the place, bro. But anyway.
Yeah, so I just want to say a couple things because I do have to leave earlier today, guys. I'm sorry, tomorrow's a busy day. I mean, you know, we talked about the timing situation. It's almost 2 a.m. here. So I do need to say two things before I leave.
Go for it.
Yeah, first of all, like even if the end goes, like someone said in the chat, Cope versus Cage, all in. Look, I love them both. We do not need to see that as a main event or like for a title in fucking 2025. If it's not like them retiring, like I don't want to see it at this point. You know what I mean? Like we can have that match. It doesn't need to be for a title. It doesn't need to be the main event. Period. And another thing we talked about, I won't be here for when you guys talked about Vengeance Day, but I just need to put it out there. Like they were playing during Vengeance Day. They played the video of Ricky Stark's debut in NXT. And can I just fucking say, it's every time he does I die. It's so bad. It's so bad. Who told him that was a good pose? Who told him that was a good move? It's so cringy. He's doing like a promo and he just goes, like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is it? It's so bad. And I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why in AEW I never realized it was that bad. And I think I was watching the video that he made like for the Twitter, and I was watching it on mute, so I wasn't hearing what he was saying. And then every 2 seconds you just see him going. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. I just needed to put this out there because I've been holding that to my chest for so long now. You need to get that
off your chest.
I needed to get that out. That's so stupid. Please, if they're going to change his name, like, stop doing that. You know, this is for your own good. You're not going to be taken serious. This is such a geek thing to do. Like, stop.
If you starch, whatever your name is going to be.
It's stupid ass. But okay, that was what I needed to put off, guys. Good night. Have fun with the rest of the show.
Good night, Anna.
Spoiler.
We appreciate
it.
Bye, Marcus.
I like Ricky Stark's pose.
Hey, man, he does his thing, bro. You know? Main event time, Grand Slam, Tony versus Mariah. Obviously, we've already kind of spoke about this quite a bit, but obviously this had great heat as expected.
No love for Okada Matthews.
Oh shit! Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you're skipping all matches, bro. What's going on?
That was a good match as well, bro. It was a good match. He had decent heat as well. And yeah, like Okada, there was a part where Okada tries to walk off with the title, and Buddy Matthews calls him a wanker, and he comes back in, and they do that whole shtick. Obviously Okada's heating it up big. Unfortunately, Buddy Matthews actually got injured during this show.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, that's obviously one of his biggest matches. You know, I thought this was better than the New Japan Strong match that they had like a couple of years ago, or whenever that was.
Yeah, when he first got released.
Yeah, this was a decent match, man. Obviously, Okada retained. Don't think anybody's surprised there. Buddy Matthews kicked out of a Rainmaker, and I can't explain how or why that happened. But
hey man,
I was like, wait, because obviously Okada, it's like Naito's what's Naito's finish called again?
The Destino.
Yeah, it's like the Destino. Like he has like you'll hit it, but you don't hit it properly. Like you don't wind it up properly, and people kick out of it. But like the commentators still like pop for it, like he's hit a Destino. And like Okada kind of does a similar thing with like with the Rainmaker. And when Buddy Matthews kicked out of it, I had to rewind it. Like, did he hit a full Rainmaker? Bro, he hit a full Rainmaker on him, and he kicked out.
Wait, I know the exclusive club he's in. Tanahashi, AJ Styles, Tetsuya Naito, Kenny Omega, Katsuyori Shibata, Buddy Matthews.
That is crazy. When you put it like that, that is crazy. I saw a post today on Twitter like, what's your old head take on wrestling? Like what's an old head take you have? And like finishers in general nowadays, we gotta start protecting some of these shits, man. Because the fact that like the names that you just listed off, the fact that the Rainmaker is getting kicked out of like that, like what are we doing? What are we doing?
So not everyone can have a one-winged angel, you know.
I need Ospreay to protect his blade a little bit more. I do need that.
Who's got the most protective finisher in the Fed now?
Ooh, I don't. I gotta think about it.
Because like Cody Rhodes hits like 4 crossroads to fucking pin somebody. Roman Spear's been kicked off countless times.
If it counts, KO's fucking the packet pile driver, I guess.
Sure.
If that counts.
Has
he even actually pinned anybody with that? Or
No.
just do injury angles with it?
He hasn't. It's just
Bianca KOD is a good one. Yeah, KOD probably, isn't it? Probably is the KOD when you think of the people she's beat with it, blah, blah, blah. I'm sure it's been kicked out of, you know, but it is very protected. But she hits
especially when she does the avalanche one, where she puts you on, like, carries you onto the rope.
RKO is another good one. Someone said, does a triple crossroads count? No.
No,
it's a triple like it's a crossroads that he hits fucking 3 times, you know. So
doesn't every big title match, and it's so funny.
But yeah, man, shout out Cody Rhodes. Anyway, okay, now we're actually at main event time. Toni Storm versus Mariah May. As I was already saying, great heat as expected. The match was pretty decent. Mariah, I actually thought was the better half of this match, to be honest. Tony's big match, like finishing sequences, are very similar in the sense of like just hitting big finishes. You know, big finish, big finish, big finish. They did the big finish, and she rolls out. No, she does a big finish, she kicks out. She does a big finish, and Mariah rolls to the outside. They exchange finishers, and then they go for the roll up. And I didn't hate like the roll up finish, and Tony winning by roll up. But I didn't like how kind of like jagged it came off. You know, it wasn't like a smooth like reversal. Oh, I caught you with this. You know, it was very like, I don't know, it just didn't come off as smooth as I would have liked it to in that finishing sequence. So, you know, you can't win them all. But at the end of the day, it's a decent match, and obviously this was very much carried by the heat and the investment in seeing Toni win the title. The crowd popped huge when she got that 3 count. So, a successful end to the show, you know, and we'll see where this goes with Mariah and Toni, because obviously the roll-up would indicate that they're going to do another match. Hopefully, as based off of many conversations we've had on this pod already, hopefully it's sooner rather than later, though. So,
get over Revolution with Stiff and call it a day, please.
Yeah, man. I'm with you,
I
bro.
like the match. Kind of fell apart like towards the end because it never really got a second gear. And then the finisher span was a little bit too much, and it kind of hurt the finish. The finish wasn't even bad because I get what they were going for. It was paying off. Tony winning with roll ups for the last like month since when she came back on TV and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Like that made perfect sense and everything. And her like counting it out of a Mayday. And again, a wrestling match ending with a wrestling maneuver. Fine, no problem with that. It's just how everything leading up to it kind of hurt it because it came off kind of haphazard. But whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, hometown win. That's all you can ask for. With Tony, I got to a point where I can't even be mad because this gimmick is just so ridiculously fucking over wherever she goes. Like I was in the crowded collision when she did Thomas Real. Like everyone went ape shit. Like I just threw my hands up. Like, hey man, she got it. And congratulations to her for winning the belt for a fourth time. Let's wrap this feud up. Do a step of Revolution if you want to, and then move on to some more challenges. Willow, Chris, hell, even Megan Bane if they build her up enough. I know you're out there. Hell, Athena, if they bring her up to the main to AEW full time, fuck it. I hope you hear my call.
Pick up the phone.
Please.
But yeah, man, we'll see. Like I said, I'm not mad at the finish being a roll up, and as Marcus already just pointed out as well, like it makes sense with how Tony's been winning a lot of her matches recently. So, it's just kind of it just didn't come off the best with the with just literally just the execution of it. But yeah, like I said, it leaves it open. I'm sure that was the intention. All right, let's dive into this. We'll just kind of fly through Vengeance Day because and these NXT pay-per-views they're very hit and miss. But anyway, that one opened up with Stephanie Vicker versus Fallon Henley for the Women's North American title. Two women who will probably be on the main roster in 2025, probably. Good match. Good move to get the title on Steph, but I get more hot take with Stephanie's. Like, I think it should be the other way around with her and Julia. Like, I think Stephanie should be the NXT Women's Champion. Julia should be the North American Champion. I think Stephanie's taken a lot better to like American TV, and just like her confidence is just like on a completely different level. Like we were talking about the promos earlier, and I mentioned that like Stephanie, even though it's a second language, she still talks with loads of like a lot of conviction, a lot of confidence, and she goes in and out of Spanish as well. Julia is a lot more shakier, and it's understandable. And it's not like Julia's bad. She's not bad at anything. I think Julia's great, and she should still just be as pushed, But I do think in hindsight, I think it probably would have been better suited with looking with how they're progressing since they've got to America. That Stephanie would be the one that you'd put the world title on, and you'd do the kind of mid-card thing with Julia and give her a better chance to like progress, rather than like thrown into the deep end, But
I don't
they're still doing good. They're still both doing good. So
yeah, and also with Julia, she wrestles a certain way. Like she's not gonna go out there and be in there with someone who's like more fast paced and do fucking lucha. Because if she does, and that match is a mess, and whoever agency needs to be absolutely slapped. But Stephanie, she can do a lot more. She's a little more well rounded, and again, she does have the North American connection already, and she's taken a little bit better to North American TV than Julia.
People have taken to her more as well.
Yeah.
So like, that's definitely a part of it as well. It's not one of those things where I'm like, oh wow, she's got better English, bro. Like it's not that at all.
Like
it's more of a confidence, conviction, and just how well she's just translated to the audience, And that's not to say Julia's doing bad. She's still doing a very good job, But it's just Stephanie's just. I think she's done so well. I think it's not so much a knock on Julia. It's more of like Stephanie's done so well. I think since coming in, so. That's kind of where I'm at with those two. But yeah, this was a good match, man. Fallon Henley, I think, is very good as well. So, like I said, both will probably be on the main roster in 2024, probably, won't they? Sandman says, tagging you in.
Yeah, I think I don't necessarily agree with the Julia Stephanie thing, but I do see where you're coming from. Personally, I like Julia more, so I'm very, very cool with her having the world title. But I do hear where you're coming from. This match, though, very, very solid opener. It wasn't like anything special to write home about, but these girls, they did their thing. Stephanie, well deserved title win. Um, Fallon Henley of Fatal Influence. I mean, I think Fatal Influence, they've been a hit with NXT. I didn't really expect much from them, especially from like a Jasmine Nix, but they've had a nice dynamic. They've kind of fallen into the background a bit. JC Jane and Jasmine Nix, that is, since Fallon Henley's won the North American. I feel like the group used to feel like a collective, whereas under with her as North American title, it just felt like Henley's group. So they kind of fell into the background, but who knows, that might change now that she lost the belt. But Fallon Henley, definitely main roster potential. You could definitely see her being in that mid card, whether it's on Raw or SmackDown. She's very solid. Obviously not perfect. This match, there was like some stuff that felt like was a bit sloppy, but Fallon Henley definitely has a future with the WWE. And her entrance is cool. Her attire, her gear, her look, like everything. Like she has a nice like main roster ready look. If you're looking towards the future, and this was a solid opener to the show. And Vaquer,
good shit, man.
Yeah.
Good shit. All right. What else we got on this show? We had the tag title match, Fraction versus Inamura and Briggs. This was just a PWG match. I thought, bro. This was a spot fest, bro. And I'm not saying that as a derogatory term. No, this was just a fucking spot fest, bro. Like they're just spot after spot, high spot, fucking near falls. Like it was just that's just what this was, and it worked. And it worked on this show because this show needed something like this, you know. So yeah, if you're into that shit, you obviously loved this. The crowd loved it. It popped me, and another solid defense for Fraxium.
Fraxium, and I feel like this wasn't even one of Fraxium's like better matches of the last like 6 or so months, but it was still like they just continue, in my opinion, to just deliver just good matches. Like you said, very much PWG. It felt like to me like if you told me this was a 2017 black and gold takeover match, I wouldn't know the difference. Fraxium just kind of wrestle with a frenetic pace that lends itself to like the crowd reacting well to it, and I think the way the styles clashed against Briggs and Inamura, who are more like powerhouses, it led itself to a nice match. Frazier, just in particular, the way the pacing in which he wrestles, he goes kind of too fast sometimes. I feel like because some of the stuff, like he misses some stuff. Like there was a spot with Briggs and like a DDT that kind of looked a little weird.
He almost missed it twice as well, bro.
He came in on the he came in on the hot tag, and he was just kind of like too excited. He kind of messed some stuff up, but the pacing of this match, this show in general was good, but I like Briggs. I haven't watched a lot of him, admittedly, but from what I saw of him today, he has his build. He's kind of built like fucking 2019 NXT Damian Priest, Archer Infamy, like just, and he's just like the WWE standard like tall big man guy who's like wearing the long pants, spamming the fucking choke slams. Like Josh Briggs was he was cool, but he was just there. But Inamura, as somebody who's never watched him before or know well, I was pretty impressed with him. Like he was doing stuff that other people on this NXT roster definitely don't do. Other people in WWE in general don't do. Just doing nice power moves, fucking nice power bomb moves to Briggs, chops in the corner, nice punches. And he has a cool look with the fucking mohawk mullet shit, whatever the fuck is on his head. But and also I really like the fucking I don't know if I'll ever be on like the main roster, but just in general, just the fucking bouncing shit that he does on the top rope, where he's just like bouncing up and down.
Charges up, bro.
Charges up. That's big pop. That's just
people are taking to him as well, bro. So yeah, he's a good shit.
No way you're not getting him back. It ain't happening.
What we have next? We got a strap match. Oh fucking hell! Strap match: Eddie Thorpe versus Trick Williams. This was a bad strap match. I thought genuinely did think it was like less than average. You know, it was a bad match. Not
It's
like
terrible.
awful. It was, I didn't think it was like, oh my god, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. But like, it was bad. So yeah, they had a bad strap match. Oh well, we move. Eddie Thorpe won, and the crowd fucking hated it, bro. Like,
He was
hated it. There was a good heel heat finish at the later on in his show. This wasn't it, bro. The crowd fucking genuinely hated this. Like,
It's like, why the fuck is Eddie Thorpe winning over Trick? God damn, like that's that type of energy right there. And Trick, I love you to death, bro. Please.
After the 1, 2, 3, and everyone, the crowd reacted. It pans to a black geezer in the crowd who's like,
yeah. It was kind of sus because they did that. They went right to some black guy in the crowd, fucking showing him after Trick loses. Then the next match,
You see
Javon loses, and it goes right to another black guy in the crowd. I'm like, what's going
You
on?
see it?
What's
hey man, they're playing some dangerous games over there, bro. But Dogg
Why
said
is a
this
black
was
guy losing a strap match in DC in
Black History
the year of our
Month, bro.
Lord 2025 in February?
Crazy,
But
crazy,
yeah,
crazy.
Eddie Thorpe,
bad
man,
match.
I just don't care for him. Much respect. I saw him arguing with certain people on Twitter, like saying you don't get the character and stuff. But like respectfully, I just don't have any care for this guy or to see him on TV.
He's got nothing.
Yeah, more, yeah. So we'll see. No, I'm sure that'll probably just kind of fizzle out. Interesting to see what to do with Trick. I don't think he's going to be moving up just yet, but we'll see.
He shouldn't.
All right, next up, probably my favourite match on this show, to be honest. One of my favourite matches from the weekend. Javon Evans versus Ethan Page. Proper heel versus like a young, full of fire babyface, bro. Obviously all the storyline going into it. Javon Evans wants to get his leak back. And he just starts off with Ethan Page just running away like a heel, bro. Just running away, scurrying around, just being a coward. And then it starts off with Javon hitting a crazy dive, bro. Fucking that's the first piece of offense you see in this match. Is like one of the most insane dives you'll see, I don't know, this month. Flies out to him. He's all over him, doing dives on all kinds of shit on the outside. This is all good. The crowd's absolutely loving all this. The NXT chants, everything. Javon is just on fire. Absolutely on fire until he wasn't. Boom. Ethan swipes his legs, catches him in the steps, drop kicks the steps. And now he's working the leg, and that's his heat segment. He's working the leg. Javon tries to build up some combats, gets shut down, ankle locks.
Yeah.
He's shouting out to Josh Alexander. I don't know. But yeah, man, Ethan Page just working him over, bro. Hits an ego's edge off the top. Javon kicks out, and he's a fighter, bro. And this is when Javon starts to finally build up, and he finally makes his comeback. And he's making the comeback, and he finally gets to do it properly. And you think he's got him, and then boom, Ethan punches him in the jaw. Mouthpiece goes flying. Ethan hits his finisher. 1, 2, 3. Good heel heat at the end, not like the last match. So I like this match a lot, bro. I thought Ethan played his role as the heel against the young babyface that's full of fire and shit like that. Like, I thought he did that like genuinely, like almost flawlessly. Javon Evans is a great, great talent. What can I say about him that people haven't already said, bro? He's just great. Like, Javon Evans is probably going to go very far in this company, so
He's
good
just
shit, bro.
just his overall energy about him, whether it's in the ring, whether it's even on the mic, even if his promos aren't the best, it just feels authentic, like he's not putting on a front. He's very believable, and that's why he's just a very good babyface to put against Ethan Page. And yeah, like you said, Javon Evans, his ceiling is very high because people just gravitate towards him. It was a good match. And one thing I'll say about Javon, like going back to the old head takes you have about wrestling, like for me, I feel like a lot of wrestlers throw some dog shit work punches. And I was watching this match, and some of the punches Javon was throwing, it felt like this is a guy who's actually treating it like a fight and not like some simulated whatever the fuck. He has like actual decent work punches, which I appreciate. But they had the whole fucking jaw thing going on. He started punching Ethan in the jaw towards the end of the match, but then obviously Ethan
He got caught, man.
He got caught trying to do the springboard cutter, which is a fire move, but he got caught, and then after the match, the fucking blood pack in his mouth goes burst, and he's bleeding out the mouth. the blood pack he's been spamming for 2 months. But and then
Looks like
Ethan,
one.
Ethan was bleeding out the nose a little naturally, but
Yeah, he
yeah,
got caught with something. I don't know
yeah,
what it was, but
good match, man.
yeah, man.
It was a good
Good shit.
match, and I hope it seems like the feud's not over, and
No, it won't be. Not yet.
probably end in like a cage or some shit, like a pay-per-view or two.
Yeah, man. Good shit, though. Good shit. What else was it? Obafemi versus Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. This was a decent match. I just was not a fan of it. I didn't like the layout of it. I didn't like it being mainly about Austin Theory and Grayson Waller getting in each other's way and stuff like that, because that was the main story of the match, and kind of Obafemi just picked up the pieces. I would have preferred it more if it was kind of like, yeah, you can still do all the miscommunications and them not being on the same page, but that being the consequence of like Obafemi, no, that leading to the consequence of Obafemi running both of them over, not them two costing each other, you know. So yeah, I didn't really like how this like presented Oba as the champion, obviously as Obafemi, and how I think he should be presented, you know. Especially like after the match when they do the thing with the lights going off and you have this fake shield with the spotlights and the strobe lights and the music, and they jump Obafemi. It's like they get heat on Obafemi as well. And it's just like, bro, come on, man, you know?
Fuck off.
Yeah. This is like his first.
Oba took a visual pin from Austin Theory as well. Like, Austin Theory had him beat until Grayson Waller pulled the ref out. Like, that's fucking insane.
Why are we
me.
doing A-Town down lower with Obafemi as your champion? He should never be in the background of anything.
This is like his first title defense on pay-per-view too, I believe. Like, it's just confusing. I don't know why they brought these guys. Like, I understand if you think, okay, A-Town Down Under needs some reps in NXT, but to throw them in to the title picture and then for them to be in a triple threat, and the whole match is just like, are they going to split up? Like, the crowd even said, at one point was chanting at Theory, like, turn on Waller, and it's just like, I don't really. This is supposed to be about Obafemi and all the best spots. The fucking Obafemi slapping the shit out of Theory's chest, the fucking throwing Waller through the announce table, his finisher, like all the best stuff was from Obafemi. So it's just like, I hope they pair him up with some better people after this, because he did what he could with them, and not that they did anything like critically wrong, but it's just like
it was a decent match, bro.
Yeah, it was a decent match. It's just like, I don't really care about these people on my screen, respectfully.
I fucking hate triple threats, you know. But
the Fed's on like a weird like multi-man kick right now because
it's nasty, bro. Triple threatism is fucking killing my people, bro. Like, if we had enough time, I'd go on a whole rant right now, but we don't. So you lucky people in the chat. But yeah, this 4-man group is apparently Dion Lennox, Cutler James, Saquon Sugars, who's apparently Lucky Ali, who's in DPW and stuff like that. So people kind of a little bit familiar with him. And what's his Osiris Griffin? I'm saying that right? Yeah. So it's just a bunch of like PC guys and shit, bro. Like, it's not even like a big. But anyway. So they're like, I don't know, taking over NXT or whatever the fuck, you know. But
PC Retribution is crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We'll see how they work out. Dion Lennox has been on TV before and some stuff here and there. Saquon Sugars, I haven't watched much of him, but people seem to like him in DPW. We'll see. We'll see.
Like, the men's roster NXT sucks, so I mean, you might as well take a shot in the dark.
Well, main event. Was the women, which was cool to see the women in this spot, of course. Julia successfully defended against Roxanne Perez, Bailey, and Cora Jade. And, I don't like triple threats. A lot of our people know this already. I hate fatal fours, or just like even worse, you know. I just kind of hate how the matches are always laid out and people kind of like taking turns and stuff like that. And then people having to be in the right place at the right time, and it leads to like convoluted, confusing spots. Like, sometimes Bailey of all people was not on the same page as who she was in there dancing with a few times in this match. I didn't think poor Pam, you know, she didn't have a good night. Vengeance Day.
She had a celebrity game to think about. She was doing her thing.
Yeah, so, she was playing basketball the day before. So
you know what I mean. She had a long week, bro. So I'll give her the benefit of the doubt there. You know. But yeah,
Been doing a lot.
this wasn't great, but I thought it was okay. I thought Julia came off looking pretty good. Obviously, Roxanne always looks good in these matches and all the opportunities that she gets. Cora Jade was pretty harmless in this, but yeah, man, Fatal 4-Ways just aren't for me. So, you know, that's kind of that.
Yeah.
I think Roxanne and Cora's still the thing that'll happen. I don't think Roxanne's gonna like completely leave NXT behind right now. I know a lot of people do, and it wouldn't surprise me if she did. Like she's gonna be on Raw tonight, in an Elimination Chamber qualifier, so she could even be in Elimination Chamber Raw by the end of tonight. But I think they are gonna do that Cora match, and Cora's gonna beat her, and that'll be like her last match in NXT kind of thing. So we'll see. Maybe I don't know. We'll see though. We'll see how it plays out for Roxanne. And but yeah, man, shout out Julia. I like Julia. And to my hot take earlier, you know, I still like Julia. You know, like I like Julia a lot. I'm not mad at her holding the world title or anything. Like it's a nice spot for her. It's just like I said, it's more. I'm very very high on Stephanie at the moment and how well she's settled in to WWE life. You know, but yeah, man. Shout out Julia, another successful defense, and long may she reign.
Cora Jade wasn't as bad as I thought she'd be in this match, but I just wish this didn't have 4 people in it because it was just a series of turns being taken. Like just 2 minutes into the match, Bailey's like just knocked out in the corner. I'm just like, all right, man.
A lot of that going on.
Yeah, we're good.
We don't need that, and I hope we don't have a lot of that at WrestleMania, which people seem to be advocating for some reason, but we'll see. It was a solid match for what it was. I'll say this because I rewatched it earlier. The match kind of grew into itself as it went on. Started off very shaky, got better as it went on with time, but it could have been better if it was even a triple threat. And I don't love triple threats, but even if it was a triple threat without Cora, it would have been better. But It was a solid match, solid main event, and yeah, obviously Stephanie comes out, Jordan comes out, they face off, kind of show you what the future of NXT women's main event scene is going to look like in the coming months.
Yeah, Stephanie was looking at Julia's title as well, which is obviously she's just won the North American title, and I guess it was always kind of like a direction that we're going to go into. But I'm kind of interested to see how that actually plays out, you know. So
yeah,
I don't know. It's a good free to have at the top of your divisions, though, bro. Any division in the world, and this is meant to be, you know, it's kind of like 50% a developmental show. You know, you got the Jordan Grace, Julia, and Stephanie Vicky. It's like, yo,
they're all there every day.
The NXT direction right now, it's like kind of bringing in fucking free agents like it was back in the day, while also doing all the developmental NIL people. It's kind of confused at the moment, but it's something. It's something. It's not working with the men. It's kind of working with the women. We'll see how Evolve changes that a bit, but yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how that kind of fits into it and LFG and all that shit.
Yeah.
You know,
Evolve with the men's stuff over there is going to actually make the men's NXT roster look crazy.
So yeah, man.
Yeah.
Vengeance Day was it was a watchable, pretty decent show. It had some good matches on it, had some matches on it that I will not be watching ever again. But, you know, for the most part, the matches achieved what they needed to, except for the world title match, which we already spoke about. And yeah, NXT is kind of like in a weird place at the moment. There's loads of great talent there, but the way Sean's utilising them is very questionable at certain points, you know, especially in the week-to-week TV. But the premium live events usually are pretty, like I said, pretty watchable, pretty decent. So yeah, and Grand Slam Australia was good as well. So, you know, on SmackDown, only notes really would be Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa seem to be building up to something. And Bianca and Naomi seemingly know who attacked Jade Cargill, so they're on Raw tonight, which is on right now, and they're going to be setting up a tag title match according to PW Insider for next week. So we'll see how that all plays out.
All I'll say is that's definitely the whole Liv Raquel thing is a red herring. It's definitely not them. It's probably Bianca or Naomi, whoever they choose to go heel. And in terms of Jacob, I just wish he was wrestling Roman at Mania instead of Solo. But
I'll get it. I'll get that, yeah. But you see, the Solo thing, it's kind of like natural, isn't it?
it is
Do you know what
natural.
I'm saying? Like in terms of like a storytelling point of view. But I agree, and I also am on the side of I don't really want this as Jacob's Mania match. You know, but
Are you gonna ask people to cheer for Solo? Is the question.
That's the thing, right? And it's just like with the momentum Jacob has, I think, what does a Solo win do for him? Like people already look at him higher on the card than Solo.
exactly, it's just kind of like a natural thing to do, isn't it? To get out of the way, you know. But like because it's Mania season, it's just like, oh, we'll do it on Mania, you know. But it's like it's not really a worthwhile way of using him for his
could have been
first
at the
Mania.
Chamber or something.
Yeah, exactly, bro. So,
Yeah, Mania is a stretch for that.
but you know, it's all a mess, bro. This Mania build seemingly at the moment with like kind of people making sure they're in the right spot where they want to be on and stuff like that. But that has knock-on effects up and down the card. It's like fans of fantasy booking triple threats up and down the timeline. It's making me fucking sick. Like I said, I'd go on a rant about it if it wasn't already too late. But knock these super chats out. We've got a couple of them we're gonna get out of here. The King Eddie Show 499. I think Roxanne Perez will win the Women's Chamber. Oh shit! And she will take out Rhea and Io, which will set up a triple threat wrestle. See, another triple threat. Come on, man.
Y'all got Monty riled up with these triple threats now. Come on.
Black Yakuza 94, $10. People really underestimate how much the crowd matters to a wrestling show's quality. A lot of American crowds can be shit, but international crowds love this stuff because they rarely get it. Yeah, it's crowd investment's huge for my personal preference, man. Huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
Every February should be an international show for AEW going into Revolution. I am all for that.
Shout out Spells $5. If you put this version of Mox in the mid card, maybe with the TNT title feuding with Daniel Garcia, Private Party, or the Ops, it would work so much better. Maybe, man. Maybe. Like I said, I do like the actual version and character of Mox. It's just kind of, like I said, his motives and the actual storyline that they're doing. It's not. It's a bit of a mess. It's a big mess.
With the whole trying to kind of rile up the youth of AEW, it would make more sense for him to work with guys like Garcia in the mid card, in my opinion.
Yeah, plus you can keep that could be a nice little mid card thing. Have Garcia work with an established main eventer in the company, and then get all the actual heavy hitters on your roster in the world title scene where they belong. Kicking coffee for everyone.
Yep.
They're doing a.
But does Mox want that?
Sammy and Kevin are doing an unsanctioned match. What's it called? Elimination Chamber in Toronto.
Dear God. Oh no. Oh no.
I mean, it's gonna look crazy.
Why is it not at Mania? Oh my God.
There's one thing you can count on WWE to do during a boom period, and this has always been a thing. Fuck up WrestleMania somehow.
If they really do because people overreact to headlines all the time, I just no-sell it on Twitter. But if they really do Sammy and Karrion Kross,
they're not doing it. Come on, bro.
I need it.
I mean, why are they doing this unsanctioned match? That's how you end a feud if you're doing that at the Chamber. I mean,
no, but the Karrion Kross thing, like, yeah, it doesn't look like. I don't think it's very likely that we don't get Sammy and KO at Mania now after doing this in Toronto. But Sammy versus Kross is not something I actually genuinely think is like actually got any possibility of happening. I could be wrong, and it would be disgusting. But like,
great actually.
And I'm somebody who doesn't hate Kross like everybody else, but I mean,
neither do I, bro. Neither do I, to be honest.
That's not terrible.
I don't want to see him wrestle.
Good. Yeah, like I don't think he's good, and I'm not booking Mania matches for him. But like I don't shit on the guy as much as like 90% of the timeline does. So.
Oh no, Triple H has like open layups for Mania. You have a bunch of really hot baby faces and heels at the top of your card, and he's out here just shooting threes from half court. Like, what are you doing?
Unless they do KO Sammy like a Hell in a Cell or something at Mania as a rematch, I don't know. It feels like with The Rock not being at Mania, it kind of just like broke Triple H's brain, and he just.
Why would you do the sanction match first if you do the Hell in a Cell?
I don't know. I don't know.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
It'll be a long 2 months.
Kevin's working Randy, according to some rumors. So we'll see how it all plays out and fits into place. Like I said, the Mania build's all over the place, bro. we're two set with. I bet you any money there's someone who's booking a fucking triple threat right now on the timeline. So it's like, you know, what you
He's
can't
really putting
win, bro.
Simmons
At the
a
moment, like I'm in hell. Like it's almost like I don't know, bro. It feels like a spiteful bit.
Feels like watching
directly, specifically at me. You know,
feels like watching feels like watching Chelsea, man. Right?
Oh come on, bro.
He's like he has the gun pointed at the right person, and for some reason, somebody possessed him to point in the wrong direction.
I'm talking about Chelsea Football Club, not Chelsea Green. To all the Yanks in here.
Well, you know.
Whoa. Not too much on Chelsea.
I like Chelsea.
Good wrestler. Anyway, people, appreciate you all for hanging out with us and tuning in. Appreciate all the super chats as always. And Rob will be back tomorrow with a Raw review. I think it's going to be Rob and the girls again, so we'll see. I'm not 100% sure though, but obviously we'll keep you updated on the WrestlePurists page. Again, appreciate you guys for tuning in, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Please hit the like button on the way out. We need to get the likes up, people. Fix up, you know. So if you're still in here, hit that like button before you get out of here, alright? And obviously people watching the replay and stuff like that, hit the like. And yeah, peace out.